just as I feel like putting something down today, to put a marker down every day, it's important to me. A fine structure constant, 1/137. What is it? Why is it so important? Because it's simple. It's creeping Stokes flow 1/137 Reynolds number residual viscosity of twist JK, described by Victor Levy. And what it means is that there is a moment, an instant within each moment, where the energy of the viscosity is greater than the energy that creates the viscosity. So it switches over. So the viscosity is the surface of an expanding sphere. So for every expanding sphere, exponential has an exponential drag on it as it gets bigger, exponential factor, and that equals a surfactance. It changes the surface tension, and as that increases, that effect increases of surface tension. It gets to a point where it's so viscous relative to the energy that creates it, it resists the expansion. So it's expanding, it resists the expansion. Instead of expanding, it just does a rotation. That the surface, the molecule at the surface, just does a rotation instead, and that acts as a total brake. And the energy that creates it goes, what happened there? And there's creeping Stokes flow at the top. So it's just about fluid dynamics at the nth scale, 1/137. So 137 Reynolds number. Reynolds number describes viscosity, and the lower the number, the thicker the material. So really high Reynolds numbers in the millions, that's inviscid, that's completely fluid, there's no resistance at all. Small numbers, much more resistant. And so you look at what you've got if you say the Reynolds number 1 on the top is where the flow is now, and at the bottom, the Reynolds number, you've got solid modulus. So you had elastic plastic modulus describing a viscosity, changing variable, gets to a certain point where it's solid. So it's the solid modulus S, 1/137, fine structure constant. Now you measure it as a bit more because you don't include the JK, the hidden variable, the square, the missing variable. Victor Levy's work, 1915, the hidden variable of C squared. Yeah, when you assign the units, you find Dr. Levy's work, and then you assign, so it's JK. So the 137 carries residual viscosity from the moment before. Yeah, so the energy from the past created the viscosity that creates the energy for this moment, for the creeping Stokes flow. And so if it has a negative vector of acceleration, so still accelerating, but accelerating at a decelerating rate, that has an impact on the next moment. It's a lower energy vector, and that just increases. When you change the vector of your thoughts to positive and listen to the words of Christ and come to God and love God, and then love your neighbour, knowing that your biggest neighbour is nature. We need to do a trade deal with her, and she'll look after us, we'll look after her. Positive, suddenly. And that the 137 then will become 137. Should be perfectly 137, whatever 137. So it's the end of fluid dynamics, and it's solved with the pi tensor and the natural kinetic tensor joining them together. The two-handed axes joined by a Euclidean disk at the centre, described by Dr. Levy, 1915. And your pants are down, science. Yeah? Just please, somebody in charge, someone from the army in this country, in Great Britain, please speak to me. We can take control of this country right now, and we'll set the plan, the healing for the rest of the world. They'll look to us at last. Yeah? I'm embarrassed by this country, ashamed of our current leadership. They are traitorous cowards. And the king's got to go. Right? The king must go. Yeah, not die, go. Just fuck off, king. We want a Christian leader of the Church of England. I think it goes with the job description, don't you? Come on, well, let's go. Follow the rebel king.